Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am WV Fake Farmer, and I'm coming to you today from somewhere a little different, a little further away. We're in the United Kingdom today, and for a while. Wife and I decided after we honeymooned in the United Kingdom that we wanted to live here. We looked into a few different things. With my upbringing and interest in farming and agriculture, did a lot of farm tours while we were here, and my wife is an author. She writes novels and things, so she can work from anywhere. And we decided that we would just move over here. We found a property that was up for auction, toured the property, looked at things, and decided we'd give it a go. We got a little bit of a help from the government. We did wife found a program we could apply for, and we were awarded some money, and that afforded me the ability to get some equipment that I needed for the farm. But we bought an old dairy, and we're going to try to revive the dairy. But we're here at the post office. We're not far away. There's my new vehicle over here. So let's go hop in the truck and drive up to the farm and give you guys a little bit of a farm tour. But this is a little general store and post office right up the road from where we're at. I'm sure wife will be getting coffee and tea from here a good bit. As you can see, got myself a little trailer to haul bales on. Oh, keep going to the wrong side. Got to get used to this right-hand drive and stuff. All right. We're in the Attingham Park area of the United Kingdom. A beautiful park. It's a little bit to the north of us. Maybe we'll go up there for a visit someday. But we'll get up the road here. I'm kind of anxious to show you guys what we got going on and get going with some stuff here. But, well, as we make our way up to the farm here, I got to remember that we drive on the opposite side of the road here. But this is a one-lane road, so it doesn't matter as much. And I don't think there's going to be any traffic. This lane is private to the farm. It dead ends at the farm, so don't really need to worry too much. These fields on the right and left of me aren't in our property right now, but they might become available later on. My first field is coming up here on the right, though, and it has canola in it, and it is ready to harvest. Right there to the right. It's not the best crop. It hasn't really been taken care of, but it is ready to harvest, and we will be getting to that right away, pretty shortly. But here's the entrance to the farm, the main house. Look at a nice little sign out here. This is the Crossfields Dairy. I think we'll keep the name the same. It's a beautiful house here, older house. My wife's loving it. She can really see the family and everything here. So she's excited. I'm excited. Do got to get internet pulled in so she can write. And man, I keep going on the wrong side. We'll get there. But this field over here to the right's mine. This is the pasture land starting here. You got a really nice dairy set up. It's pretty new. We don't have any cows on the farm yet. At the auction, all the cows went. They were a little bit older, milking herd anyway. So we did keep some of the equipment that was at the farm originally. Got some nice buildings here. A nice little workshop over here to the left. But for the most part, the majority of the equipment was sold. The majority of the animals were sold, except for the sheep. And we'll show you the sheep in a little bit. But my wife kind of fell in love with the sheep when we came. And we weren't planning on doing sheep, but the overhead for sheep isn't that bad. So we decided it's probably going to be about a year. Oh, there's some of my equipment that got delivered. I already made a few purchases, and they've already been delivered. So kind of excited to really get my hands on some of that equipment. But there's the workshop, and then that shed's the same size, no workshop. And as you can see, saw that coming in. That's a Fendt header, so that's a little bit of a clue as to what I bought. But here's some of the equipment that stayed with the farm. We got a small seeder. I have 2 fields that are larger size. That's going to be, got a great mower. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Older Krone baler, big square baler. That's fairly new considering, but a nice little tipper trailer. Just a standard plow on a small cultivator. Those stayed with the farm. I figured I would need those. The only tractor that stayed with the farm is this little guy here. The previous owners, they had a larger, higher horsepower tractor, but it was pretty much brand new, and they wanted to sell that for the estate. So, but we kept the small tractor and the little mixing wagon for feed. So we're kind of set up for small time operation, which is probably where we'll start. But figure we keep this on the farm, that tractor. But got a nice little milk setup here. Got a little bit of storage on the farm, little silo system, and the slurry pit's under our feet. Right here's the clean out. Got a little diesel tank. I'm in Europe, so it's petrol tank. But just wash everything down. Slurry goes in the pit. Got our milking parlor and feeding parlor in here for the cows. I'm pretty excited to get this going, but I do want to be patient. I don't want to get too big too fast. So I'm not quite sure when we're going to get to it. Got a nice silage clamp. Let's go look. I'm chomping at the bit. Let's go look at my purchases. I'm pretty excited. I probably bought, as you can see, those are attachments for a telehandler. There's the big purchase. So I did buy a Fendt combine. Maybe a little bit big for this area in operation, but I'm hoping that I can rent my services out a little bit, make a little bit of money. But it didn't make too much sense to buy a smaller one than feel like I wanted something larger later on. I figured I'd spend a little money ahead of time, but I did get this new to me Fendt 800. It is the most horsepower I have on the farm right now. It's over 200 horsepower. I got the front loader with it. Got to get used to these controls on the front. When I grew up, we didn't have PTO and 3-point out front, but I could see where that can come in handy. And then I did get a telehandler. Every farm I toured had a telehandler, and they use it for everything. And I don't understand why we don't use more of that in the States, but I know it's getting a lot bigger. So I got myself a telehandler, got some attachments, but let's go ahead and get this trailer unhooked. I want to show you guys the sheep. This is my wife's babies over here. It's actually a pretty nice setup. The sheep aren't right here at the main farm. They are across the pasture. Got a nice little cattle crossing here. We got cattle crossings most places, which makes it nice. But this pasture is ready to cut for hay. So I think we're going to cut and bale some grass for the sheep, because last week I was out here, late last week, actually just a few days ago. I gave the sheep the rest of the baled feed that we had, so we need to get some made right away for the sheep. But here's the sheep. They're out here in their pasture ground. They're just feeding away. So we got some nice sheds out here too, extra storage, which is nice. I'll probably end up bringing a lot of my hay equipment out here eventually and parking it, but this is a good shed here to store, silage bales or other wrapped bales maybe. Got another shed. This is the same type of shed we have on the main farm. More storage. Is there anything in here? Nope, they didn't leave anything behind. And this will be great storage for hay. We'll be able to nice dry storage for hay and grass bales or whatnot. So we can keep our wrapped stuff outside, and might end up putting a silage clamp in down here too. I'm not quite sure yet. But here's a little sheep setup, so I wanted to show you guys that. But like I said, I think it's going to be a little bit before we get some cows in here. We'll drive out this way. But nice big pasture ground for the cows, and they can walk right in here to the feeding area, the milking parlor area. Nice little water automatic fill. I think it's got a solar panel and a valve. Park here at the garage, and we kind of have to get going right away. We got to get, like I said, we got to get some stuff baled up for these sheep, get them fed. So I think that's where we're gonna start. I guess I'll grab this mower. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about it. This was something that it's an old Heston swather with a mower head with a conditioner on it. So we can leave that conditioner here now because we're just going to mow and bale up the grass for the sheep. But the conditioner, it processes that, kind of teds the hay out off the head and helps it dry out for hay. So it's kind of a one-step operation. So when I came up here and we discussed what I kind of wanted kept out of the auction and or whatnot, this mower is going to make it so much nicer for all the grass work we need to do. In Europe there is a lot of grass work. They do a lot more. You just tend to end up doing more than you do in the States. And I will get into doing some crops for sure, but for now I'm going to need to, for one, if I'm getting these cows, I need to either plant some corn so I can chop that for silage, or we'll be making a lot of grass silage. And we have a lot of grasslands. We actually have this pasture land, but we actually have, I believe we have 3 fields in the property that are planted with good high quality grass on for hay. So not quite sure what happened back there, but had a little glitch in the camera while I was mowing. Ended up getting all the mowing done, and we're out here baling it now. So gonna get this whole pasture. I got all this mowed down. Gonna get it baled up so I can get the sheep fed and get on with a little bit of other chores. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to any harvesting today, or if I might end up just by the time I get all this grass baled up and loaded up and stacked over there in the shed, that might be all I can get done for today. We're not sure though. But we'll see where we get to. But for right now, I'm just gonna keep baling and have a good time with all this. Hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Well, we are back and we are in the telehandler. We have already got the sheep fed, and we are, oh man, just slid right off the spikes. We are getting these bales loaded into the shed here. And I have to say, I really like the telehandler. Some of these controls are throwing me for a loop. I got to get used to it, but we're getting there. Trailer worked out pretty good. I was able to stack pretty much that whole pasture's worth of bales on there. This thing's doing good picking. This is heavy grass. Picking 2 bales. 16,000 liters of grass at a time. It's doing pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Nice wide tires. This is always a job that I didn't much enjoy when I was younger, working on different farms. It was stacking all the hay. But I tell you, this telehandler makes it a little bit nicer. I should be getting better with these controls. The longer and longer I do this, but let's grab this one and get it stacked up. Like to try to get a nice even stack. Oh man, oh god. What's going on here? Can't find the right stick. Trying to bring this boom in. Oh, maybe it's this one. No. There we go. Got it. Man, I'll get these controls figured out sooner or later. That's one thing, you get new equipment, you gotta put some time in the seat, figure it all out. Luckily the tractor's pretty much everything's set up, it's pretty user friendly, so picked all that up right away. I'm gonna have to scrape this window tint off of here. They asked if I wanted tinted windows, and at first I thought that would be good, but it's actually a little hard to see in the cab. I might have to get that window tint scraped off, but it's a pretty heavy load for this thing. 2 bales. Pick up like that, there's a lot of leverage out on that boom. We'll get the rest of this stacked up and then I'll get this door shut. Come on. Keep bumping all the levers trying to reach out for the door handle. There we go. Get all this hay stacked in, and I think we'll leave the telehandler over here for right now. I'm not quite sure what else we're going to get into today. I do know that I have some meetings. I have a meeting to go to with my farm advisor. Oh, didn't want to do that this afternoon, so I do need to do that, but I think I might need to get some of that canola harvested today. Not quite sure. I do kind of really want to get into that combine and play around though. So I might get myself into that. It's only a little after 1:30. That mower makes it real nice to get the hay work done pretty fast, so it didn't take as long as I was thinking, but we'll leave that here. The sheep are all fed up. They got food, they got water. I'll hop back in and get back to the farm. I'm really glad that I bought this tractor. Thought about getting one of the new Fendt 900 series. Brand new, but I thought I could save a good bit of money. This was a used tractor, but it wasn't used very much. They went through it, and I'm glad that I made this purchase. It'll be fine for now. May have to look into a larger horsepower tractor eventually, but for right now I think this will be just fine. But I'm going to get in here and get some lunch and have my meeting with my farm advisor, and probably get out in that field and get that canola. It's a small field. It shouldn't take me too long. So I'm going to probably get out there and take care of that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're going to enjoy this series. A little different. I guess a little bit of real world here. I think it's going to be neat to have a U.S. gameplay series and an EU gameplay series going at the same time. Sort of a international man a dairy or something. I don't know quite what we'll do, but something a little bit different. Farm sim is kind of set up for that. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.